Hey, everybody. We're just going to wait for a few more people. If you guys want to go ahead and unmute yourself and say hi, you can.
Hi, Amy.
Hey, Mom.
Hi, sweetie. Loved your message this morning.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Really,
Hey, Julie's on. Hey, Julie.
Hello.
Hello, Mo. How you guys all doing?
Good.
Good.
Hey, Amy.
Hey, Steva. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Glad you're here. Glad you're here.
I'm excited to get some information.
Yeah, I hear Mo's been spreading some word onto you.
Yep, he has.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Amy, do you want us to have our video on if we can or not?
That's really up to you. Once I start the presentation, I'm going to actually I'm just going to make it down to even just my picture. And I might even just have it be like a little cube that says I'm talking. We're going to give everybody just a couple more minutes. We had about 15 people RSVP for this. I think that Genesee just came on. And yeah, hey, Genesee. And we're going to start our practice, this presentation tonight. We're going to start it with box breath. This is something that is very dear to my heart. I know a lot of people who suffer from anxiety and they suffer from actual panic attacks. I know a few people in my very close circle have actually gone to the hospital because of panic attacks. They literally thought they were having a heart attack. And so I'm going to introduce everybody to box breathing before we even begin, to just be able to flush away every single thing of the day, everything that you might have going on in your life. And so I'm going to go ahead. It's been 3 minutes. And so anybody who joins us, they're just going to be wondering what in the world everybody's doing. And so I just want everybody to kind of take a comfortable position and take your feet down onto the floor and sit up straight, roll your shoulders back. You can even rest your back up against the back of your chair. And I just want you to inhale, exhale out your mouth. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do a series of box breathing, and you can just kind of watch my hand. We're going to inhale 4 counts, hold 4 counts, exhale 4 counts, and then hold 4 counts. And so just kind of envision as you close your eyes, as we inhale, make that side of the box. As we hold, make the top of the box. Exhale, make the other side of the box. And then hold to make the bottom side of the box. So here we go. Let's begin with our box breathing. Go ahead and close your eyes. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, hold, and And now just come back to your normal breath. I hope you find yourself a little bit more calm and focused, and that you can just kind of release the day. And now I'm just going to share with you guys a little bit about the 90 Days to Life. And the 90 Days to Life is a program that I've personally developed, and I became a health coach a few years ago, and also became a Christ-centered yoga instructor during 2020. And when I got sick 6 years ago, it was brought to me that I needed to do something different. And so I was very sick. I was unfortunately going to the bathroom 30 to 50 times a day. I had a horrible skin disorder. I won't go into a lot of my crazy that I had, but I call it my crazy. And the one thing that I can tell you is that I have just been able to overcome everything, living what I call the 4-8 lifestyle. In my journaling, in my very beginning parts of getting sick, I began to just really just dive into God's word and what this all meant for me. And I started journaling that, Lord, if I'm going to go through all of this, then give it purpose and give me the ability to help other people, give them support while they're going through their crazy, and help them figure out what maybe will help them. And so that led me to Philippians 4:8. And so that is where the 4-8 lifestyle came from. And Philippians 4:8, if you are not familiar with it, it simply states whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think upon these things. So that's what I began to do. I took it very literally. And if anybody saw my video on Facebook this morning, you'll know that I said I take the Bible very literally. And so with that, I just simply started thinking upon, is my food, is it true? And all my food a lot of times had been like boxed food. And so that's not real food. And so is it pure? Is it actually grown in a garden? Is it pretty? Is it color of the rainbow? Is it lovely? And so I just started thinking about everything like that. And then I started going into my thought life, and is my lifestyle and are my thoughts, are they true? And are they doing good and admirable things? And so through all of that, now has developed the 4-8 lifestyle. And so let me just kind of carry on into here. I'm trying to get my screen to move here, and it didn't want to. There we go. And so there's this picture along this, I believe it'll be the left side of your screen. It is on mine, but I might be mirroring you. I'm not really sure. This is my first time I've ever really doing this whole presentation on Zoom. And so, but here is a lovely person sitting in crisscross applesauce, and they are just surrounded by things that most people will actually say that they love. And so what is love? And so love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast. And so is this things that you personally love? Are you surrounded by things that are in this picture? And so I know for me personally, pizza was one of my go-tos. I used to love Casey's Pizza. I loved cake. Donuts were delicious. And oh, I loved those little chocolate ones with the like the wax chocolate on the outside. Those were absolutely delicious. Ice cream. And I will say I still actually do get to enjoy ice cream every once in a while now still, but alcohol was something that I did consume. I was a beer girl at the lake. And so is this you? Do you crave sugar? Do you know the right choices, but you seem to choose the wrong ones and you aren't sure why? You like go, oh, I should really eat healthy today. And then you just end up at Wendy's that night. And so, or do you suffer physical consequences when you eat and you don't know why? And so those physical consequences, they could be as much as like IBS or as little as a headache, and you just aren't really sure why. And so you just kind of brush it off, to where have you ever thought about it might actually be something that you are putting into your body. And so we have a tendency also to sometimes get those headaches. Headaches will make us moody. We can suffer from depression. 80% of our serotonin is developed in our gut. And so our minds are fed, and our happy pill is serotonin, right? And so as you become depressed, you're actually creating less serotonin. And so maybe there might be something going on in your gut that needs some balancing. And therefore, you can become stressed. Brain fog is a huge one for a lot of people. A lot of people, you ever go into a room and you're like, I have no clue why I'm here. And so if that happens, that's usually like a little bit of brain fog. I went through some severe brain fog, and I would actually go places and not even know why I was there. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is so crazy. And some of it might have been due to my sleepless nights. I think sleepless nights could cause all of these things. And so I know a few people actually on the call tonight actually suffer from sleepless nights. And so, and I'm sure you experience maybe some of these other things that this poor little skeleton guy does. And maybe you feel like this gal, you're just kind of challenged just even get out of bed. And once you do, you pour your coffee, but you just want to slap your head down on that table. And it just is all so fatiguing to just even go to work, just to even get out of bed, put your makeup on, put your, do a workout. Oh my goodness, you expect me to do a workout when I'm this tired and I have little ambition? And maybe you're crashing in the middle of the day because you're hyping up on all of this sugar and stuff in the morning from maybe things you're putting in your coffee. Are you putting in like International House Creamer? That is so full of stuff, of just fat and sugar, that it'll just make you crash in the middle of the day. And so maybe you're this gal in little purple. She just looks so sad, doesn't she? And so now, there are so many keys out there. There are keys that you can choose to lose weight. You know, most everybody, I can't say most everybody, but many, many, many people, they are like, I want to lose weight. You know, that is when they think of getting healthy, they think, I want to lose weight. And when you actually get healthy, that's just a symptom. A symptom of getting healthy is actually you will lose weight. And so when finding your optimal health, you have to find the right keys to be able to get that. And sometimes in our society, people reach out to us and they want to fix us with their miracle. And so, you guys, I'm here to tell you there is not one thing. If there was one thing that I could have done 6 years ago, I would have done it. But I had to do all the things. And so, and everybody's things are all different. And so, when it says a radical exercise regime is the only way to lose weight. Well, it always makes me think of Biggest Loser because I was a huge Biggest Loser fan. I was overweight as a kid, and I just thought it was so awesome. And how radical extreme are these exercise regimes that they do? They literally are like carrying like huge tires and concrete cinder blocks up mountains and all this stuff I can't even imagine. But then you look at these people a year later and they have gained all their weight back plus some, and then they are experiencing shame. And they're even more of ashamed of themselves than what they were prior to it. So that's no fun. And carbs, they make you put on weight. That is such a lie. And so there is good carbs out there. And I actually had a question on the Facebook community this week that what will help you if you eat it every day, what will help you stay thin and be healthy for the rest of your life? And it is good carbs. And good carbs are amazing for your body. God made them so amazingly. And that's why I tell everybody, eat the rainbow, because it's a really easy way to remember, okay, is my plate pretty? Because you're getting all those phytonutrients from all those beautiful vegetables every time that you eat. And a lot of them are carbs. And then starving myself is the best way to lose weight. Well, oh my goodness, I used to totally starve myself and I was totally overweight. And so that doesn't work. And I don't mean really fasting. I mean starving yourself, not having breakfast, not having lunch, and then gorging your dinner or vice versa. And so that's certainly not a way to lose weight. And then diet pills are safe to use for weight loss. Oh man, we used to have these energy pills that I used to sell in my salon and I just loved them. I just popped those. Billy and I could go to Vegas and we could just stay on the streets for 3 days and it was just great times. And they were little diet pills. They were supposedly this miracle. And I would not doubt it if some of those ingredients now aren't linked to why I ended up so sick 6 years ago. And so there is not just a really just huge, amazing quick fix when it comes to gaining your optimal health. And so this is the program that I have designed that is 90 days to oh crud, I think I'm pushing the wrong buttons, you guys, just hang on with me. And so up at the top there, I can't get it to go away for some reason, but either way, it says 90 Days to Life. And so that is the name of the program that I have developed. And it is, what you will get with this is an initial 90 minutes one-on-one coaching via Zoom or your telephone. And what we will do is we will sit together and we will go through your current lifestyle choices and what type of hangups that you have, what kind of patterns, maybe even patterns that you can actually, we'll dig into some things that you maybe have had since you were a child. And then discover what your optimal health looks like. You might have health problems that we need to like find a functional medicine doctor for you or something like that, to where you can actually discover what this optimal health might look like for you personally. And then we're going to set up weekly, monthly, and lifetime goals for you. And a lot of times we can say, oh my gosh, okay, I want to get control over my diabetes. And I want to maintain my blood sugar to be 80 every single time I do my blood sugar. And so that's great. But if your blood sugar's at like 300 every day when you're checking it, our lifetime and month, maybe our 2 monthly goal will be for it to be at 80. But in the beginning, we're just going to try to get it down a little bit, because we can't get everything overnight. And so that's why it's so important to set these goals, because you will continually be proud of yourself and actually know that you can pat yourself on the back every single day. And another thing the program is going to do is it's going to introduce you to slow burning, low glycemic foods. And you'll get a complete guide that will tell you exactly the amount of the glycemic index that these particular foods are in. And slow burning, low glycemic foods are, they're all carbs, and they only increase your blood sugar very, very slowly. And so let's just use, for an example, if you're not really familiar with this, let's just use pizza. And or actually, let's go to a donut. Okay, a donut is a carb, right? And so you eat it, it's full of sugar, and it spikes your blood sugar because it absorbs into your body so quickly. And so now let's compare this to an apple. An apple, it is pretty high in sugar, but it also has a lot of fiber. And so that makes it a slow burning, low glycemic food, to where your body will not just burn it away, and it won't drop you out at the bottom like a donut will. And so with that glycemic guide, then I'm going to coach you to be able to customize your own meal plans every week, and they will align you to reach all of the goals that you have set for yourself. And so by doing this, I have just found that if somebody makes me a meal plan, I don't stick to it, or I don't do it at all. And it's kind of like when somebody gives you a product to try and you throw it on your kitchen countertop and it just sits there forever because you have no investment in it. And so that's where the slow burning, low glycemic guide comes in, to customize your own meal plans. And you and I are going to work together to where you can actually pick and choose. We're going to make your meal plan together, and then we'll meet again after a couple of weeks, and we will adjust that and fine tune that every other week. And that way, number one, your meals change. We're also going to introduce you to new foods that you probably have not ever had, and or you've been scared to try because you didn't know how to cook them. And that's where the cooking classes come in. And so we're going to have live group cooking classes once a month via Zoom. And that is super fun, you guys. We've been having these 3-day detoxes. We've done 2 rounds now. The 3-day detox is going to be part of the 90 Days to Life program. And the live cooking class, meal prep class that we've done has just been all around so praised and so fun. And so now with the 90 Days to Life, you are going to get also delicious recipes, and they are all metabolically balanced, and they will help you reset your metabolism. And I can also help you customize your meals and your recipes for your dietary needs. A lot of people, all my recipes are gluten-free, so you don't have to worry about that. Many of them are dairy-free. And a lot of them are nut-free. But if there are things that you are challenged by then I will be able to actually help you add things in, take things away, and still make them beautiful and great for yourself. And then we are going to have weekly group via Zoom group meetings as a community. And community is so huge. As long as everybody's getting together, then everybody supports each other and encourages each other. And so we have found that number one on the Facebook page, but I think it is so good to do. We can't unfortunately do things in person right now. And so doing it in a group setting on via Zoom, it'll be very similar to this. And I will be doing a PowerPoint slide like this every week where you will actually learn beneficial things of lifestyle change for mind, body, and soul. We may even actually do some like practices during those times, and it's going to be 60 minutes. And so the last 15 minutes is going to just be where we can actually talk to each other and celebrate our wins and maybe discuss some of our woes. And so the one thing that you're going to find in a community like this is a lot of people are struggling with the same thing. And so over the last couple of weeks, we have been doing these 3-day detoxes, and almost everybody across the board has had the same challenges: the lack of coffee, the headaches, they miss their sugar. And so we all are more alike than we think we are. And so then another thing that will be included is I have designed 5-minute exercises that you can actually customize for yourself on a daily basis. And so when I meet with you, I'm going to meet with you where you are. And so there might be some people on this call that are like, I get out of bed, I go to work, and I come home and I sit on the couch. And that might be the most exercise you get all day. And so that's where I'm going to meet you where you are. And I'm just going to say, well, how about we set a goal to exercise 5 minutes a day. It's just 5 minutes, and we can do anything for 5 minutes. And then you can build off of these. And then let's say you build into and you're wanting to do like 15 minutes. Then you can combine 3 of these 5-minute practices, and you can work your abs, arms, and legs. And so, and then by summer, you'll have a nice booty, which will be nice. And so, but then, of course, I said that I was a Christ-centered yoga instructor. And so there definitely will be quite a few yoga practices, and those will just give you fluidity in your joints and help you with your aches and pains, and also just kind of keep your fascia broken up. And so we are just full of cobwebs in our bodies. And so the greatest thing that we can do is stretch and break that up. And so the yoga practices will be right there for you in your portal as well. And then there's breath practices. We did one of those right before we started. I don't know who else has been able to, if other people have joined us later, but we started this practice of this presentation out with box breathing. That is just one of the beneficial breathing exercises that'll help you overcome any kind of anxiety, panic attacks, depression. Literally, box breathing itself has been used by Navy SEALs, first responders. Lots of mental health professionals use it to help their patients. And so it's not just a yogi thing. And so, but we're going to go into multiple different breath practices, and you'll be able to pull all of those up at any time. So let's just say you're feeling anxious about what you're going to make for dinner that night or whatever. Just go and breathe. And so breathing is so important. If that is the only mobility that I can get you to do, then I will be so happy with that, because that is the life that God gave you. He breathed life into your nostrils. And so it's super, super beneficial and medicinal. So there will be weekly devotionals and space to journal. I will really encourage journaling. Journaling and just writing this stuff down is such a huge thing to just get it off your mind. And let's just say that you have, you're really having a struggle. Write it down. Or you don't know what you're going to do the next day, or you're really struggling with going to bed at night. I really recommend people just unload their brain before they go to bed at night if you're really having restless nights. And so that will be another thing that's included. Of course, I mentioned the Facebook community, which is really, really great. It's so uplifting every single day. Everybody shares their pictures of their food, which is so fun to just see how creative people are being with all of their meals. And then you will have support via email or text, and with me personally at any time. And so that is what the 90 Days to Life program is all about. And what the life means is, I know that once you get done with 90 days, that there's this sense of, well, now what? Because after the 3-day detox, that's what we've been experiencing. Everybody's been going, okay, well, now what? And so that is where the life comes in. And so the 90-day program will then flow into a lifetime membership program where you will have access to all of these things. We won't be doing the 90-minute one-on-one coaching because we will have already done that and we will be pretty good friends by then. And so, and then the bi-weekly will go to once a month to actually readjust and just see how we can readjust everything. But everything else will be there for you to be able to take advantage of all the time. And so you guys, thank you so much. I am going to actually, if you guys want to, you can come on to your, so I can see your pretty faces. And you can come on and say hi. And I'm here to answer any questions that you might have. I'm still trying to figure all this out, and I think I can stop sharing my screen. Hey, Julie, look at your pretty face. You're muted.
Yes, that's a good thing sometimes.
Well, and that's one thing I actually forgot to mention is everybody up until January 31st, this program will be at 75% off. And so when we get off, you guys will all have an email in your inbox that will have all the information and the coupon code and everything to be able to join. If you are not at a place where you can join at this point, but you have thought of people, that's one thing. That used to be actually one of my character flaws, is when I went through things, I was like, oh, that's them. They need this, they need that. And so I try not to do that anymore. But with that, you can share this with absolutely anybody. So I'm honoring the 75% off until July 31st, January. It's the other J month, January 31st. So any questions, you guys?
Can you hear me?
Is that Ronette?
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I'm just making sure, because I was having some issues at first to try and get on, so I finally got on. So.
Okay. Well, you guys look great. It's great to see your faces. Oh, and Genesee's got her little cat. Hi, cat. So fun. Well, you guys, is there any questions that you had? I kind of talk fast. No.
I have a question.
Yes.
So on the low glycemic and the food part of it, so you're not going to be telling us basically what to eat, but you're going to give us foods to eat, and then we'll pair them together.
Yeah. When we meet, yeah, when we meet, you will have the guide in front of you, and we'll go through it, and it has proteins, it has fruits, it has vegetables, and it has grains and beans. And it's all paired together. And that way you can get, because like, let's say that I made you a meal plan and I was like, okay, for everything that you've told me, I think you need to have liver and onions and you need to have broccoli for 3 days.
Yeah.
You would be like, kiss my butt. And so with that, that's why I love the fact that you are going to have the ability to make your own meal plan. And that way, you know what it is, and you'll know if you like it. And then by the time we get to the meal planning part of it, I'm going to be able to go, okay, if you like this, then I bet you'll like this. And one of them, I mean, like you guys will hear me say things like chayote. And you'll hear me say things like bok choy. And, you know, those are all things that I think we've already, everybody who's done the 3-day detox, I know that I've already been able to introduce you to things that you've never heard of and you never thought you'd try. And so, but like, let's just say that you're like, okay, I really want to have, I don't like kidney beans. And I'll be like, all right, well, they have a harder shell, so they make you fart more. So they're really hard to digest. So let's ixnay those and let's have us some mung beans or navy beans. Navy beans. Mo learned about some navy beans this week, but I think she did okay.
Yeah.
But navy beans are the harder the skin, the harder the fart. Okay, let's be blunt. It is what it is. So,
Well, you know that they say people fart 55 times during the day. Did you know that?
Yeesh.
Yeah. Some of 'em- but you just don't know it. So some of them are silent.
there you go. There you go.
Amy,
So,
your mother has a question.
okay.
Well, you know how we eat. We cook one thing and eat it for 3 or 4 days. You know that. We've done that for 24 years.
Okay.
So with the detox, and I'm hoping I can get Jack to eat some of the things. That's a struggle, but he just finished your beef and potatoes today that you made.
What's your question, Mom?
Well, can I cook the same thing 2 days in a row or 3 days in a row? Because what I find
That's up to you.
Okay. I just find the recipes are very large for just him and I.
Well, and that's the thing. Like some of my recipes, you can always cut them in half. Call Monique or I if you need to know how to cut recipes in half.
I do know. I do need to know that because with
I say this joke because Monique and I, we're family, and so we have pie and wine night before Thanksgiving at our house, and so we're all there, and it's our first time all getting together and doing this, and we're like, oh, we need to double the recipe, or no, we needed, I think, to triple the recipe, and that was just way too many fractions for Mo and I, and so we got quarters, and we're like, okay, well, we need 75 cents worth of this. And we found out how many quarters we needed. So I will always, as long as Monique is present, I will always tell that joke.
Oh my God. That was funny.
The kachari, the cleansing kachari, is that how you say that? It's way too much. So I'm going to cut that way in half, I
You
think.
can cut any recipes you want in half, you guys. There's not any there's no laws. And so whatever you find is best for you, and that's where the one-on-ones are going to come in. You know, the 3-day detoxes, it was too short of time to be able to do one-on-ones and all of that. And it was just kind of an introductory thing. But that's what this whole 90 days to life is all about, is one-on-one and actually having somebody coaching you right alongside of you to hold your hand. Right. And that was kind of the thing that that was what motivated me to become a health coach. There was nobody to hold my hand. Nobody knew anything. I literally was alone. And there was many nights that I spent just crying and alone in my bed. And it was sad. And I wasn't alone. I had Billy. Thank God. Thank God I had Billy. And he was amazing. And if you watched my Facebook live thing today, it was like, that really did happen. I was bawling my eyes out in his chest and telling him I was a leper. And he was like, oh, honey, lepers lose their arms. I'm like, okay. So, but yeah. Any more questions?
I don't have any more. I'm going, honey. I'm going to bed. I love you guys. Monique, it's good to see your face.
Good to see you too.
Okay.
Bye, Mom.
Bye, sweetie.
She lives in Florida. It's nighttime. All right, you guys. Well, there is an email that will direct you to more just how to get involved. And like I say, if this is not something that is for you right now, but you have thought about somebody else too, this is all, we've all only just begun. And so I I love you guys so much, and thank you guys for you guys were my stars. I told everybody it's like you're my stars, and it's been such an awesome journey so far. And we will definitely stay connected in the community. And so if there is not any more questions, and Steva, you're just kind of looking at me.
Just taking it
have
all
any
in.
Bev?
You did a really good presentation. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, good. Well, thank you. If you are certainly welcome, you guys. If there's anything privately that you would like to ask me, you are certainly welcome to Facebook me after this, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Okay. So, all right, you guys. Well, we are out, and so you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. And just go to bed. Write everything down. If you took anything from this, that is the most important thing. Write everything down that you want to leave in today and just let it stay here. And that way you can go to bed and you can have a good night's rest.
Perfect. Thanks, Amy.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank
Bye,
you.
you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks, Amy.
You're welcome. Bye, you guys. I don't know how to end this. Oh, there we go.